Okay, so we'll be beginning with mobile computing. This is the very first unit of mobile computing, Semester 12 BTI. Right. So the only objective I think what they're stating for this unit is to provide fundamental knowledge about various aspects of mobile computing, right? Let's get a pen over here, right? So let's see. Contents introduction to mobile computing. So we have intro, we have application, there's mobile computing architecture that we're talking about, and then mobile devices. So intro, application, and then architecture. Mobile devices, I don't know what it is for now. Right. So okay, we directly okay. This is unit 2. Unit 2 deals with MSC. MSC is medium access control. It's a network protocol. Motivational for special MSC, hidden and exposed terminal. So we'll be looking at hidden and exposed terminal later. Near and far terminal. So all the types of terminals will be covering under unit 2. Okay. Then there's SDMA, FDMA, TDMA, and CDMA, which must be types. Then there's Aloha, the algorithm, the reservation schemes, collision avoidance, MAC. Okay, so this is unit 2. This is unit 3, it deals with logical mobility, process migration, steps in process migration, advantage of application of process migration for agents and mobile agent platform. Unit 3 seems quite interesting. What do we have? Then unit 4 is 8 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours. This doesn't state hours. So unit 4 is of 8 hours, where we deal with physical mobility and mobile, under which mobile IP and optimized TCP. TCP is a protocol that we use. Then mobile IP is also something that we use. And then it's unit 5, which is just for 2 hours. Design issues, problem in mobile database, CODA file system. Okay, that must seems quite simple. And there's unit 6. Let's not go till there now. There are a total of. Okay, so now we are finally at the intro. Let's see what the intro has. Intro to mobile computing. A technology that allows transmission of data. Introduction to mobile computing. A technology that allows transmission of data, voice, and video via a computer or any other wireless enabled device without having to be connected to a physical link. Mobile computing is basically the ability to transmit data such as voice, video, etc., via one computer or any other wirelessly enabled device. Via a computer or any other wirelessly enabled device is what mobile computing. That basically means without having the device to be connected to a physical link. What is physical link? Ethernet cable, USB, Type C, any cable. So being able to transfer, being able to send data without the need of having a physical layer is what mobile computing is all about. Right? You're now going through these slides for the first time. So let's see. Applications. So the applications can be vehicles, right? So transmission of news, road condition, weather, music, wire, data, DAB, personal communication using GCM. So a vehicle is like the most optimal example of mobile computing after obviously mobile phones. So vehicles aren't stationary objects, right? They keep on moving. So you can't have a wire plugged into it. Like you could have a wire plugged into your PC, which is at your home, or your printer or something like that, which is a stationary object. But a vehicle would, the whole purpose of having a vehicle is that it would move around. So this is where mobile computing is a suitable example for mobile computing is vehicle. So transmission of news, road condition, weather, music, is all done using GCM. GCM is your SIM card module thing. GCM, right? Position via GPS. Local ad hoc network with vehicles close by to prevent accidents. Guidance systems, redundancy, vehicle data from buses, high speed trains can be transmitted in advance for maintenance. So when you want to cover example counterpoints, imagine your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So you'll have weather, music, road condition, news, all of that happening. GPS also as a part of Apple Music, Apple CarPlay or Android Auto stuff. ठीक है. Some cars do have it inbuilt, but that's a different thing. Then there's local ad hoc network with vehicles close by. That is basically RF, radio frequency. ठीक है. Then there is vehicle data from buses, high speed trains. So all of the best buses or our local trains keep transmitting data of their current positions and all of the RTS data, basically real time system data, right? Let's say application to emergencies. Early transmission of patient data to the hospital, current status, first diagnosis. So again, a vehicle would have some facility or a kit that is being carried around by the medical staff. They could early transmit the data of the patient, like if it is a heart attack. So the hospital where the patient is going to be carried to, right, is quite aware what is the issue going to be, and they can prepare for the current patient. Replacement of fixed infrastructure in case of earthquakes, hurricanes, fire. Again, if there is an earthquake, the highest possibility is that most of your local wired network would not be functional, right? You would rely highly on a wireless communication standard to send over data from point A to point B. Replacement of fixed infrastructure. This is a mobile tower would be destroyed. That is when wireless communication, so let's say walkie talkies, come in handy instead of using your mobile phones, which rely on, though mobile communication would be wireless, underlying cable would be required, unlike walkie talkies, which would operate standalone using just radio frequency. Application 3, traveling business people. Of course, so the ऐसे तो we can go about stating endless examples कि traveling business people हो गया, campers हो गया, ऐसे तो end ही नहीं है इसके ऊपर, but देख लेते हैं. Direct access to customer file stored in central location, consistent database for all agents, mobile office, ठीक है, mobile office. Replacement of fixed network, remote sensors, example weather, replace वो तो अपन देखा पहले. Flexibility for trade shows, lands and historic buildings. So replacement of fixed network is basically, let's say you are setting up an event where you require a certain network so that your machines can operate. तभी laying out cables might not be the most time efficient or even budget friendly option, right? You would rather set up a router over here somewhere so it could transmit data to all of this region, right? And similarly, lands in historic buildings. So historic buildings where you want to provide internet access, let's say, you can't just you can obviously, but why would you demolish certain parts of historic structure, damage them, just so that you can conceal a LAN cable inside, right? You would rather just install Wi-Fi routers. Location dependent services. So what do we have in the location dependent services? Location aware service. What services? Example, printer, fax, phone, server, etc. exist in local environment. Automatic follow on services, automatic call forwarding, transmission of the actual workspace to the current location. Information services, push example, special current special offers and so pull example, where can I get my favorite pastry. ठीक है, दिस इज तो लिटिल API push pull और get लिटिल API push pull, get fetch, follow on services, ये तो बहुत रैंडम था, location aware services. So this I understand this is local environment like a printer, fax, a local server, phone, intercom would all be local devices, right? Follow on services, automatic call forwarding transmission of actual workspace to the current location. I don't understand. Are they forwarding fax from one to another device which is outside the local network? I think that is what they're saying. But it doesn't matter. Location dependent support services, cache, intermediate results, state information, etc. Follow the mobile device through the fixed network. Privacy. Who should gain knowledge about the location? Okay. Location dependent में भी ये कहाँ से आ रहा है? Zero idea, but sure. So we have mobile computer architecture. So mobile computer architecture would look like this: user interface, proxy slash adaptation middleware. So look, presentation tier. This is where the data is finally being shown. Then there's an access network. Okay, then there's an application tier, and then there's a data tier. The presentation tier though everyone understands, and so does data tier. Presentation is your phone, laptop, tablet, iPad, whatever. Wherever you can see the data is your presentation tier, which is basically your UI, user interface level, right? Where you can interact with the data. Exactly. तो डेटा तो इधर है अपने पास कुछ सर्वर में डेटा स्टोर, ठीक है। अब ये डेटा स्टोर वाला भी ये क्या हुआ, हार्ड डिस्क SSD ये सब। डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट मिडलवेयर क्या होगा, या CPU या सर्वर का सर्वर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बेसिकली अपार्ट फ्रॉम द स्टोरेज, डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट मिडलवेयर, ठीक है ना। वहाँ से यू वुड कनेक्टेड टू सम लॉजिक कि कौन सा डेटा किधर जा सकता है, बराबर। तो इट इज़ बिजनेस लॉजिक, एप्लीकेशन टीयर में आ गया अपन। वहाँ से प्रोसेस मैनेजमेंट मिडलवेयर, wherein if data is supposed to be sent, how do you send it? The process management middleware पे है, and then the data is sent over a certain proxy or adaptation router, internet, mobile tower, something. कैसे ना कैसे एक एंड पॉइंट से दूसरा एंड पॉइंट डेटा भेजने का था, और वो भेज दिया। कैसे? हार्ड डिस्क से डेटा लिया, सर्वर बॉडी में पास किया, बिजनेस लॉजिक को दिया कि किसको भेजना है, कैसे है। अभी गूगल का लेट्स से सर्वर है, उसमें बहुत डेटा है तुम्हारा, मेल्स है, फोटोज़ है, गूगल ड्राइव कंटेंट इज देयर, राइट। all of that is handled by Google servers, right? Now there's a business logic. Now let's say here myself has mails, photos, drive, documents, PPTs attached to it. But now mail has to show up on mail, gmail.com, whereas my files, documents should be shown on drive.com, and photos would be shown on photos.com, where photos are, right? This is your business logic here. Like not all data should be accessed from everywhere. Now if certain data is accessed, let's say I want to access a Word doc, a Google doc, then the process management middleware sends that data over to my UI using a certain proxy or an adaptation middleware, which is access network. So data, application, access network, presentation. Chalo, easy. Mobile computing architecture. Three-tier architecture. User interface, presentation tier, application tier, data tier. मोबाइल कंप्यूटिंग आर्किटेक्चर में तीन टीयर के होते हैं आर्किटेक्चर, वो तो अभी समझाया, ठीक है। यूजर इंटरफेस प्रेजेंटेशन टीयर डील्स विद यूजर फेसिंग डिवाइस हैंडलिंग एंड रेंडर, ये तो समझाया अभी। इंक्लूड्स इंटरफेस व्हेन यूजर इंक्लूड्स इंटरफेस where user services such as session, text, input, dialogue, and display ये भी समझा wherever the user can interact with the data. Presentation tier 1. Tier 1 is what? Tier 1 was what? Your access layer, proxies, adaptation, middleware, access network. ये तो हो गया. Okay. This is user facing system in the first tier. Here the agent on the client server. अच्छा अभी प्रेजेंटेशन चल रहा है. एक्सेस एप्लीकेशन थ्रू HTTP API. ठीक है, ये सब तो डेटा भी ऐसे वो हो रहा है. गेट फुल फ्लैश पे सब. ठीक है, मोबाइल कंप्यूटिंग आर्किटेक्चर. Application tier, second tier. There is for application programs or process management, business logic resides, control transactions queuing to support multiple users at a time. Control transactions is new. Controls transactions. मतलब एक साथ अगर मल्टीपल यूजर्स है और सेम डेटा को एक्सेस कर रहा है तो लाइक by even 1 millisecond you will have to queue the sequence correctly so that there are no overlaps. पर मेरे को भी फाइल एक्सेस चाहिए, मेरे को फाइल एक्सेस चाहिए, एक साथ दोनों रिक्वेस्ट नहीं भेज सकते सेम डेटा पर. You know, and what if there's a modification? You have to pace it out on millisecond basis, second, somehow pace it out so that एक ही साथ पे सेम डेटा कॉल नहीं हो रहा. Pacing out would not be the best example, but that is what I control transaction को simply वैसे ही समझा सकता हूँ. Queuing of data to support multiple. This is simplest that we can do. Basically, तो we can access same data at the same time because live networks तो होते ही है ना. Application tier 2. बट उसको भी सपोर्ट करने के लिए हार्डवेयर एंड ऑल है, ऐसे ही नहीं. सॉफ्टवेयर लेवल पे तो इट गेट्स वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड टू डू. Application tier 2 performs the business logic of processing user input, obtaining data, and making decisions. Application tier 2 performs the business logic of processing user input, obtaining data, and making decisions. ठीक है, ये भी देखा अपन ने. वैसे ही स्टफ है. बिजनेस लॉजिक को समझा, प्रोसेसिंग यूजर इनपुट, ऑब्टेनिंग डेटा एंड मेकिंग डिसीजन. वही अगर यूजर इनपुट आया कि gmail.com लोड करो तो इट विल ऑब्टेन डेटा ऑफ मेल्स and then make the decision to show the data of mails. Or making decision of send karna hai, so then it will make a decision of adding a new email query in the database. Email in the database by querying the database. We include technologies like PHP, Java, .NET services. CG I don't know. Java, JSP, presentation and database independent. Application tier 2. Application tier 2 functions performed: network management, security, database access. Most of these functions are implemented using middleware software. Middleware softwares are between operating systems and user interfaces. Middleware between client agent and business logic. Middleware may include distributed object components, message oriented communication, database connectors, mobile application support, transaction drivers. Application tier to message oriented middleware connects different applications to exchange of messages. Works on network environment without having to know what a platform or process or application is. We'll pause here. हाँ तब मैं हाँ हाँ तब करना ओके ठीक works on network environment without having to know what platform or process the other application is. MOM system provides message queue between any two interpreting applications. Application tier to message oriented works in publishing subscribe banner what क्या कर रहे हैं लोग वर्क्स इन पब्लिश सब्सक्राइब मैनर पब्लिश ठीक है सब्सक्राइब मैनर वन ऑफ मेनी ऑब्जेक्ट सब्सक्राइब टू एन इवेंट ठीक है when an event occur mom will notify subscribers about the event ठीक है इसमें क्या suitable for event driven applications when an event occurs publisher application will inform mom middleware mom का full form was wow wow mom middleware just it is what it is mom middleware to publish event subscribers application tier 2 transaction processing middleware able to input data into system at the point of information source to the output of the system is delivered at the point of information sync able to input data into system at the point of information source and the output of system is delivered at this point of information right able to input data into the system at the point of information source and the output of system is delivered भाई सेम चीज़ क्यों बोलते रहता अपना पीपीटी सिस्टम है able to feed in data आयो input output कर रहा है अपना तो input दिया और data को of the information source and the output of the system is delivered in the information sync अभी input डाला और तेरे को output मिला IP OP and this is your system बस इसको सिंपल समझाओ द पॉइंट डिलीवर एट द पॉइंट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन से मतलब जहाँ पे रिक्वायर्ड था जहाँ से इनपुट आया था यूट्यूब वीडियो पे क्लिक किया ठीक है तूने इनपुट दिया कि मेरे को वीडियो प्ले करना है तो सिस्टम को इन्फॉर्मेशन जाएगा और तेरे को वीडियो तेरे ही डिवाइस पे दिखाएगा ना ऐसा नहीं ना कि तूने इधर प्ले किया कि चलो मेरे को देखना मिस्टर बीस तो ऐसा नहीं कि किसी और के फ़ोन पे जाके जा मिस्टर बीस दिखा रहा है जिसको एक्चुअली न्यूज़ 18 देखना था ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना transaction processing middleware TP transaction processing is used in data management network access security systems delivery order processing airline reservations हर जगह ऐसा जिस पॉइंट पे एयरलाइन रिजर्वेशन और कस्टमर सर्विस आ गया ना बस क्या एयरलाइन रिजर्वेशन आने लगा हर जगह यूज होता है डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट नेटवर्क एक्सेस सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम डिलीवरी ऑर्डर प्रोसेसिंग एयरलाइन रिजर्वेशन कस्टमर सर्विस कुछ भी लिख सकते लाइब्रेरी मैनेजमेंट भी लिखते हैं फिलहाल रॉन्ग तो आएगा ही नहीं ट्रांजैक्शन प्रोसेसिंग मिडलवेयर क्लाइंट्स है मल्टीपल अपने पास इधर बहुत सारे चुप 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 क्लाइंट्स ट्रांजैक्शन प्रोसेसिंग मिडलवेयर प्रोसेसिंग रूटीन्स एप्लीकेशन सर्वर तो जो था ना डेटा के बाद पहले तो क्लाइंट एप्लीकेशन सर्वर डेटा भेजेगा ये रिक्वेस्ट करेगा ये भेजेगा और ये बस यूज़र्स को डेटा भेज देगा मतलब हमें डेटा लेगा भी मतलब वीडियो प्ले करना है इनपुट लिया रिक्वेस्ट किया सर्वर पर लेट्स क्लियर दिस एंड एक्सप्लेन वीडियो प्ले करना प्ले बटन क्लिक किया इसने, उसको मैसेज गया, उसने प्ले क्लिक किया, उसको मैसेज गया, इसने कहा ठीक है वीडियो है, वीडियो वापस भेजा, अभी वापस इसको ही भेजेगा वीडियो, तो वही समझा रहा था मैं। दैट इज़ अ प्रोसेसिंग रूटीन हुआ नहीं है कि वीडियो प्ले करना है, जिसने प्ले किया उसको वापस भेजना है, प्रोसेसिंग रूटीन हुआ ये वीडियो का। जैसे मेल के प्रोसेसिंग रूटीन, अमेजोन प्रोसेसिंग, हर चीज़ का मेरा ऑर्डरिंग से लेके एवरीथिंग वुड हैव प्रोसेसिंग रूटीन। एप्लीकेशन टीयर टू कम्युनिकेशन मिडलवेयर यूज मिसलीड्स इसमें। ओ खत्म नहीं आता। एप्लीकेशन टीयर टू कम्युनिकेशन मिडलवेयर used to connect one application to another application, used to connect one application to another application, linking connecting one application to another through telnet। टेलनेट है ना, मेरे को भी एक बार देखना था क्या एग्जैक्टली, मेरा भी बहुत याद ही नहीं है मेरे को टेलनेट क्या है। I've heard टेलीफोनिक नेटवर्क का, टेलीफोनिक नेटवर्क, what is telnet? Telnet is a protocol that allows users to connect remote computers over TCP/IP। अच्छा, what does telnet stand for then? Advantages of telnet: allows you to access on a school network to specific ports on external server। What does telnet stand for? Teletype network, short for teletype network, client server application protocol है basically, ठीक है fine। Used to connect one application to another application, भी तो समझा ना, एक क्लाइंट से दूसरे क्लाइंट। ठीक है, one application to another application, like connecting one application to another through telnet। telnet तो we saw as an example of how you can connect using telecommunication network। telnet का full form था teletype, teletype network। Two devices, for example PC, tap communication with each other irrespective of its size or platform, communication middleware। सवाल, a PC and a tablet can communicate between each other independent of size for sure, for communication middleware, in example telnet can be used to communicate between them। What can I think of an example as? Your printer and your laptop communicate between each communicate with one another when you send a printing job and its status is sent over back to your PC or laptop। Application tier 2, transcoding middleware, ये क्या था? Communication middleware, this was processing middleware, communication middleware, transcoding middleware is used to transcode one format of data to another format to suit the need of the client। For example, if you want to access a website through a mobile phone supporting WAP, we need to transcode the HTML page to WML। fair, एक्सेस करना है वेबसाइट और सपोर्ट WAP हो रहा है, तो HTML को तो WML में ट्रांसलेट करना पड़ेगा, बराबर। Accessing a map from a PDF, same map which can be shown in a computer needs to be reduced to the size for the device। Rescaling, transcoding, some frames in a video clip need to be dropped for a low bandwidth network because you want a smooth video viewing experience। Some frames can be dropped which are repetitive, so video might not feel laggy। ठीक है, ये तो सिंपल है। और एक एग्जाम्पल क्या ले सकते हैं इसका? इसका एक और एग्जाम्पल कैन बी, व्हाट डोंट गिव an example? I don't want to give a printer example again, so I'm thinking of something else। um, hmm ऑफ एनीथिंग, ये सारे अच्छे तो कवर हो गया। HTML वाला कवर हो गया, रीस्केलिंग कवर हो गया, वीडियो फ्रेम ड्रॉपिंग कवर हो गया। ठीक है, लेट्स सी। Data tier. For database access and management, used to store data to store temporary or permanent data tier को easier, relational database, XML format, document, etc. Mobile devices. तो मोबाइल डिवाइसेस जस्ट वन स्लाइड। पेजर हो गए, पीडीए हो गए, लैपटॉप हो गया, स्मार्टफोन हो गया, मोबाइल डिवाइसेस, ये तो अपने को जानने की ज़रूरत है ही नहीं, ये तो सबको ही पता है। मतलब कंप्यूटर साइंस स्टूडेंट्स को उनसे नहीं तो पता ही है सबको, इनफैक्ट जनरल पॉपुलेशन में भी। No clear separation between device that's possible in a smartphone and web. Yeah, they are all, honestly, in my opinion, all of these devices are soon merging, are in process of merging into just one singular device. Singularity होगा है in mobile devices. Insane. Okay, so I think it ends over here. Right? Let's just go through this एकदम fast one again, once again. ये सब ठीक है, लेकिन skip this. Okay, mobile computing, a technology that allows transmission of data, voice, video, or any other thing via a computer or a wirelessly enabled device without having the need to be connected to a physical link. बराबर. Evolution. तो evolution तो I guess skip हुआ. ठीक है. Now that's cellular architecture. ये भी skip था, ये सब skip था क्या? हाँ. Application. Vehicles to be understood. Emergencies we understood. Traveling business people, replacement of fixed networks also we understood. Location dependent services. Location local होता है, follow on services होता है, information push pull होता है. Support services में cache होता है, privacy होता है. Location dependent में 5 है. Now while computing architecture, एक बार ये समझ गया डायग्राम तो बाकी सब बहुत easy. ठीक है. There's a presentation tier जहाँ से data, जहाँ पे you can interact. Application tier, access network level जहाँ पे प्रॉक्सीज और अडेप्टेशन मिडलवेयर होता है. प्रोसेस मैनेजमेंट मिडलवेयर, बिजनेस लॉजिक, डेटाबेस मैनेजमेंट मिडलवेयर एंड डेटा स्टोर. दिस इज तो क्वाइट सिंपल. 3 टियर हो गया. यूजर इंटरफेस, प्रेजेंटेशन टियर 1, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला. मोबाइल कंप्यूटिंग आर्किटेक्चर, एप्लीकेशन टियर, लॉजिक प्रोजेक्ट, ट्रांजैक्शन प्रोसेसिंग मिडलवेयर, कम्युनिकेशन मिडलवेयर, ट्रांसपोर्टिंग डेटा टियर, मोबाइल डिवाइसेस. ये तो सिंपलेस्ट पीपीटी था. Okay, chalo, let's wind it. It's now that this is over, let's do unit 2.